Take a breath. You're here. This is the Her Perspective, a space for real conversation and becoming in real time. Welcome to the Her Perspective, a podcast for people navigating growth in real time. I'm your host, Victoria, and today I just want to sit with something for a moment. In the last episode, we talked about moving differently in the season, about how growth doesn't always show up as a big dramatic shift. Sometimes it's actually really quiet. Sometimes it looks like your pace changes, your response time changes, and the things you're willing to tolerate starts changing. And something I've been noticing since then is that once you start moving differently, you also start paying attention to how you show up. Like, you start noticing your energy more. You start noticing when something feels aligned and when something doesn't. And I've been thinking about that a lot lately. This idea of choosing how I show up. Because the more I sit with it, the more I realize it's not really about control. It's not about forcing situations to go a certain way. And it's definitely not about trying to manage other people. It's more about urgency. It's about knowing yourself well enough to decide where my energy goes and how much of myself I bring into a space. Because I care deeply about my life. I care about the things I commit to. I care about the people I invest in. And for a long time, I used to question that about myself. There were moments where that passion didn't land the way I intended. Caring deeply sometimes got labeled as too much. Asking questions sometimes got interpreted as pressure. Wanting clarity sometimes felt like it was being misunderstood. And instead of standing fully in who I was, I found myself adjusting, softening what I needed, explaining my intentions more than I wanted to, pulling my energy back, not because I wanted to shrink, but because I didn't want to be misunderstood. But what I'm learning now is something different. I didn't actually need to reshape myself just to make other people comfortable. I didn't need to over explain why I care. And I didn't need to force alignment. If something feels off, I ask. If the pace feels rushed, I pause. And if it still doesn't feel right, I step back. Not dramatically, not with resentment, just with trust. One thing I've been realizing about myself is that I move best when I respond instead of force. I'm not chasing clarity the way I used to. Now I'm paying attention to whether clarity is actually being offered. I'm not pushing conversations forward. I'm noticing whether there's room for them. And when there isn't, I let that be information. Choosing how I show up means I'm not abandoning myself just to keep things moving. In real life, this shift actually looks pretty simple. It looks like being present without overextending. It looks like asking questions without apologizing for them. It looks like doing things myself when that feels easier than forcing collaborations. It looks like stepping back when efforts isn't mutual. It looks like staying honest without being defensive. I don't force, momentum anymore. I let things meet me where I am. And if they can't, I trust myself enough to walk away. If you're someone who cares deeply about your life, if you're someone who values clarity, intentions, and follow through, I just want to say this. That doesn't make you controlling. It means you're intentional. You're allowed to choose how you show up. You're allowed to move with purpose. You're allowed to honor the pace that feels right to you. Let's sit with this for a moment. I trust myself to choose how I show up. My passion is not a flaw. I'm allowed to move with intention and clarity. Thank you for spending this moment with me. May your becoming stay honest, soft, and right on time for your heart and your life. Talk soon.